Oda revealed the truth behind the dance powder from the Alabasta arc, and the Knights of Gods are back at it again. Just when I felt like Alabasta was narrowing in on the fight between Imu, Loki, and Luffy, chaos once again rains down on Alabasta. Did you catch the moment when Imu recognized Ragnir? From the way Imu talks about Nidhogg, we are certainly building towards Joy Boy's crew. Emmett, Zunisha, Nidhogg with Ragnir, Poseidon, Imu. Is Joy Boy's crew just full of a bunch of weirdos? I want to believe so. Also, I am very excited for Ragnir to meet Chopper because we will have a direct link to someone from the Void Century and they can start communicating. Wow! Enough of that, okay? Because the rest of this chapter is focused away from Imu. At first, I was fooled. It felt like we were wrapping up some loose ends. Lilith begins to reason that it may be possible over the course of history that someone like Imu would appear, but Oda leaves us hanging by not exactly hearing her full thoughts. Oddly enough, the word spawn was used in these translations. I'm curious how Viz will translate it because spawned implies Imu may have been created from what occurred during the Void Century rather than being a part of it. Almost like Imu the person is dead, but Imu's soul has become this entity of hatred that continues living on. Basically, Malice Ganon in Breath of the Wild. Sanji and Zoro are clearly not fully recovered, but they are about to be locked into battle with Maki-powered Knights of God. Okay, to me, I no longer think this will be an easy pack up for the Straw Hats, okay? That being said, Zoro did mention something about Imu that's very interesting, but we'll talk about that later, okay? These Sanji and Zoro battles will rely heavily on Luffy finding a way to dispel the omen in his battle against Imu. That is, unless Chopper also has a easy counter to omen. I mean, at least the library is safe. Right, yes. Biblo gets more and more mysterious by the moment. What I actually wanted to talk about is our Maki-powered Knights of God, as they have put Plan A back on the list, okay? Super Summers finds himself a giant boat, which is just a funny reveal because we just see him flying through the air and he's like hurrying up Killingham to collect all the kids, okay? He also then gives us a little bit more tidbits about Imu, but we'll mention that later, okay? Super Killingham, on the other hand, is a lot more of a crazier reveal because he summons his nightmare, which is just the rain god Zaza, okay? I was freaking out, not just because I wanted to see some of Zaza's act, I wanted to learn more about Zaza. We see the words Rhythm of the Rain Dance, and can you believe it? But of course, Oda has planted the seed in our minds all the way back in Alabasta with the dance powder. The dance powder was used to make rain. It leads me to believe that the creators of the dance powder were inspired by the tales of the rain god. I really love it when Oda makes these fun reveals that add so much context to like previous story moments. Originally, I thought Zaza looked like Shirahoshi, and then I was like, no, this is clearly Gunko. And then I was just like, Oda draws a lot of women like this, so I don't know if she's related to anyone, but I do love Zaza's design. The way her body is almost like this bubble or glass-ish looking thing where the water is sloshing around inside her body, it looks super, super cool. I don't know how Sanji's flaming kicks are going to get through the rain god, but certainly it's going to be Nami's time to shine. And that's it for one. No. This is not how it's supposed to work. Okay, editor, bring this up. Zoro points out that the black flames that attacked him turned into steel bullets and explosives. To me, this is not the power of the devil. Why rely on man-made objects? Unless Oda is implying that Imu creates anything out of nothing. Or it could be all smoke and mirrors. Super Summers states what I think the community has been feeling, which is Imu is not meant to be in the lower realm. There is a finite time Imu can be here, and Super Summers has set that time to be 5 minutes. Oda is certainly cooking in chapter 1182 of One Piece, man. Let me know what you all thought of this chapter. How do you feel about Zaza's introduction to the story? What other influences is Zaza potentially have on this world? Ona dropped us a new god, so freaking anything can happen at this point. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye now. Goodbye.